Islam. This is Rashida Bennett Ill coming to you live. Well, by the time you get it's going to be recorded. But I'm live, and I am coming to you with the 14th episode of Uniting the People, Islam. I'm going to give perfect praise to Allah, the merciful, the benevolent, creator of the worlds and the universe, our Father. Thank you, Father God, Allah, for everything that you've instilled in me, the morals, the values, and the virtues. I greatly appreciate it. And please continue to bless me with your divine wisdom, your knowledge, and your understanding. So, with that being said, today's topic is going to be justice. Yeah, justice. Islam. So, I've been going through a whole lot of stuff lately, but guess what? No matter what I'm going through, I know Allah got my back because I'm with Him. I don't falter from being with my Father. I don't do wrong to others. I don't wish harm on others. And I look at things from a divine perspective. I put myself in someone else's shoes and try to think of the most just and equitable resolution possible, because I really worry about what He got to say at the end of the day when this form is gone and I'm up there like, Islam, Allah, how you doing? He gonna be like, girl, what did you do with the time I gave you on earth? What you learned? I don't believe this. And like, well, such and such did this and that made me do that. No. I'm His daughter. I am loving and merciful just as my Father is. However, there's only so much bull I'm going to take off of anybody. But guess what? I'm not going to fight you physically. I'm still not going to wish no harm on you. What I'm going to do is sit back and let Allah be the one to give you the justice. Because that's not my place. My place is to continue to serve my fellow brothers and sisters, to continue to uplift and inspire ones to get on their right path. Your path may not be my path, but I'm still going to promote you. I'm still going to wish you the best, and I'm still going to honor and respect you on your path. I've had a lot of different situations that have occurred recently that's had me down in court buildings and court offices. And man, I'm telling you, the stuff I see, the stuff I hear, you know, sometimes Moors, y'all need to go down there and sit in them courtrooms and see what's really going on. Now, mind you, they do not allow you to take cell phones into the court buildings at all here in Detroit, Michigan. They don't. So that sparked a question in me like, okay, what is it that y'all don't want nobody to see? What is it that y'all hiding? Because in my eyes, a cell phone or picture phone or what have you, pictures speak 1,000 words, for one. Two, what is being said that you don't want anyone to hear? So these are questions that have been sparked in my mind as I started to have to go down to court. Why won't they let you? I'm just saying. So y'all think about that a few minutes, and maybe one day you can go down there and find out what it is going on, because it's a lot going on in Moors. We got to wake up and start to take our place. Listen, it's crazy out here, but guess what? We have the power to make it better. So believe in yourself, study, and believe in yourself some more. No, we're not going to get everything right, but guess what? This is a test. Life is a test. It's a journey, and it's a test, but guess what? There's nothing that we can't accomplish. Okay, so let's put that on the forefront when justice is concerned. Now, I'm looking at these different chapters: master and servant, magistrate and subject. Now, some of you may recall some of the oral statements made by the Prophet talking about Moors, when you get on top, treat them right. Do you think that Allah will put you on top if you are unjust, if you are cruel, if you do not have divine love for your brothers and sisters? I mean, we know nowadays that there are those in power and position and have titles and whatnot who are not living up to the standard of those titles and positions. But guess what? The head of Satan was taken off when? 1453 Byzantine. So with that being said, their time has been declared out. Allah is not taking this stuff no more. Okay? So rest assured that anybody that has wronged you will receive their just rewards. You don't have to stress out about it. You don't have to be concerned about that, because there's always somebody meaner, badder, etc., that's going to do Allah's mission, whether they know it or not, whether they have Allah in their heart or not. Because guess what, man? It's truth and falsehood strangely mixed. But justice is a trip, because I'm sitting in the courtroom and I'm hearing all this stuff going on. I'm like, well, you need evidence to convict somebody. And it seems more often than not, I'm seeing that there's a lot of lacking evidence, and our brothers and sisters are still being convicted for things, you know. And it's supposed to be where you're innocent until proven guilty. But what I've been seeing is our people are being treated as if they're guilty instead of until proven innocent. It's like it's backwards, and it stirs my heart with pity. And I don't know how many times I didn't cry over other people's situation, because okay, yeah, I cry. I'm a spiritual being, and I have sensitive feelings to ethers and other people's situations, because I can put myself in your shoes and feel sympathy and empathy for what you're going through. So with that being said, I think it's important that we start to do that, to have a different perspective on what these court systems are doing to our people. You already see what's going on in the news. If you look at some of my posts and a few other my brothers and sisters posts, you can see that we are dying every day. And some of us are wearing a badge and dying with this corporate badge on. So it's just a trip. It's a shame. And I'm not saying rallying nobody up to go, oh yeah, let's fight. No, I'm not saying that. Peace, be still. Find your inner peace, and Allah will tell you how to move. Okay, you will be divinely guided on how to move in these situations. And it's not always talking about rallying up troops and stuff like that, because damn, who's better? You know, the prophet tells us that we should not lift up our hand to the hazard of his life. Okay, so that means we're not supposed to be wanting to go kill on somebody, nothing like that. That's not what the prophet brought. And if you think that's what he brought, you are sadly mistaken, and you're going to have to answer for that too, okay? Everything that we do here on this physical plane, we're going to have to answer to. And that's where justice comes in line, and justice plays its part. You either going to receive your justice here in the flesh, or you going to receive it when you pass this flesh in another realm. Because believe it or not, it is not over when you leave this flesh, okay? This is just a point of time in your span of life. And I'm going to be honest with you. I do love being here on this plane sometimes, but sometimes I really be like, Allah. But I know what's up. He already told me we got to understand, and we got to understand. And I'm going to love everything I do here in this flesh, because I know it's for a divine purpose. And I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. And I'm going to continue to do that. So sometimes you got to stop looking for somebody else to pat you on the back and realize that you have to be happy with yourself. Okay? You can't look for somebody else to make you happy. You have to be happy within yourself. So keep searching for your inner light if you haven't found it yet. And when you find it, keep nurturing it. Keep letting it grow. But I do have to give you a warning. You will be tested to every inch of your life until the day you pass this form. Because a soldier is who you are, whether you know it or not. And this is why I say you don't really have a choice but to do good. You think you got a choice to be doing something other than good, but guess what? You really don't. And then when you make that decision that's not good for you, you get messed up, because Father God, Allah will whoop you worse than your mama, worse than your daddy, because he's the father of the universe. And you don't want that kind of karma coming back on you. See, we are creators, and we create our own karma. We create our own justice. So, with that, let me get into our Holy Koran, the Moorish Temple of America. I am on page 40, chapter 31, Justice. The peace of society dependeth on justice. the happiness of individuals, on the safe enjoyment of all their possessions. Keep the desires of thy heart, therefore, within the bounds of moderation. Let the hand of justice lead them aright. Cast not an evil eye on the goods of thy neighbor. Let whatever is his property be sacred from thy touch. Let no temptation allure thee, nor any provocation excite thee, to lift up thy hand to the hazard of his life. Defame not in his character. Bear no false witness against him. Corrupt not his servant to cheat or forsake him. And the wife of his bosom, O tempt not to sin. It will be a grief to his heart, which thou canst relieve, an injury to his life, which no reparation can atone. In thy dealings with men, be impartial and just, and do unto them as thou wouldst they should do unto thee. Be faithful to thy trust, and deceive not the man who relieth upon thee. Be assured, it is less evil in the sight of Allah to steal than to betray. Oppress not the poor, and defraud not of his hire the laboring man. When thou sellest for gain, hear the whispering of conscience, and be satisfied with moderation. Nor from the ignorance of thy buyer take any advantage. Pay the debts which thou owest, for he who gave thee credit relieth upon thine honor. And to withhold from him his due is both mean and unjust. Finally, O son of society, examine thy heart. Call remembrance to thy aid. And if in any of these things thou hast transgressed, make a speedy reparation to the utmost of thy power. So he gives you a way to make things right by letting you know, once you realize that you done somebody wrong, do the best that you can to make sure you right that wrong with that person right then. Don't wait a couple years. Don't wait. And Brother Seekers Bay Islam, I appreciate your post the other day. It was on point about forgiveness. It is for you. It is for your karma bank. It is for you not to have those ties to the negative things that not forgiving somebody will tie you into. I appreciate that post. Thank you very much, brother. It was very inspiring. Justice. It is on you to make sure you're not being unjust to anyone in this lifetime. Everyone will and must be held accountable for their actions. That's why I said I ain't got no choice but to do good. So I'm gonna be good all day, every day. Cause guess what? That's just what it is. That's what it is for me. I want y'all to be happy and feel this holy zeal I feel, because when you in the line of justice, you know everything gonna work out all right. You know what I'm saying? It's like you don't have to see it coming. You know within your heart everything gonna be all right. And yes, you will be tested on that faith. You will be tested on your surety and justice. But guess what? Allah got the last say. And I'm so glad to be his servant. I'm humble. I'm grateful. Thank you, Father God. Allah, thank you, Elohim. Thank you, Seraphim. Thank you, Cherubim. Thank you, Sun. Thank you, Moon. Thank you, Stars. Oh, man. Thank you, spirits of the water. Thank you, spirits of the air. Thank you, spirits of the earth. Thank you, spirits of the fire. Thank you, spirits. Thank you, brothers and sisters, for tuning in to this 14th episode of Uniting the People. May Allah continue to guide and bless you in a divine light. May you find your inner light, kindle it, spark it up, let it grow, let it shine. And don't worry about what nobody got to say. Only thing you got to worry about is Allah pleased with you? And then you'll find your justice. All right. Peace and love, y'all.